Hi again from Greg James Fishing World, and this is a little short educational video to show you a bit about knife care, looking after your fishing knives and keeping them handy, sharp, and a few tricks I've learned along the way. Sharp knives, everyone! So we have two very separate fishing knives that I've just thought I'd show you and go through a little bit about them. The one on the right, or your left, is the classic filleting knife which we used the other day to do our garfish. The one on your right is more of an all-purpose fishing knife for your boat or your expeditions onto the jetties or whatever. You'll notice the blades are different. The one here on your left is a classic filleting knife, like I said, with a thin, very flexible blade that allows you to run it along the backbones of fish and get some purchase, if you like, on the fish as you clean it. This knife, on the other hand, the dark blue handle one, is a much thicker blade, far less flexible, and actually terrific knife, not so much for filleting fish, but for cutting through frozen bait and large pieces of fish. The one thing they're susceptible to is the effect of salt water, and this one here, the blue one on your right, has had a pretty robust use in my boat. One of the things you do is you keep the heel of where the handle is joins the blade clear of gunk, and you just use a toothpick or something sharp to scrape that out, which I've already done. A lot of people wash these knives vigorously. I mean, the big thing is to keep the salt off them after use, but i.e. do not use scourers and things like that abrase the surface. A lot of people do think you need to do it. You don't. You need warm soapy water, a cloth, perhaps a chamois or something like that, rinse it in fresh water. You'll always get stains and discolouring on it, but for the real piece of useful storage for your knife, here's a bottle of EVO, extra virgin olive oil. And basically all I do is get a bit of toweling, put some on the toweling as such, and then rub that in one motion, one direction only, over the knife blade and also across the top, and very gently along the edge without cutting myself. And that's there ready for storage or putting away in your fishing box or tackle box for next time. Here's the filleting knife. I've already done this one, but a little bit more won't help. Don't overdo it. Just look out. I've had this knife for several years and it's still in pretty good nick, and that's how I keep it. So just by putting that olive oil over it, it keeps its shine, it keeps its complexion, it rubs off. You can even see a little bit of discoloration on that tissue that I used to wipe those knives off, and they've already been cleaned once, so you can see the elements are constantly against them. Okay, a little bit of fun on care of your fishing knife and storage. Put them away in their sheaths for later use, and they'll do you well every time. Tight lines.